Hi. So, this is a different type of video than what I normally do. Usually it's like servant reviews, give me my opinion of them and the current state of the game, uh, with like all supports and everything. This is a little different because it's what Ruler Scotty as a unit being introduced actually does for the game and increases the longevity and enjoyment that you can get in your everyday gameplay. And that's this. Ignore the Castoria being here. Scotty would be here, but this is proof of concept. Like, say you already have, yeah, like, say you're not pulling a Scotty from your friends list. You already have Scotty. You already have Ruler Scotty. You kind of don't need more quick, and you kind of want to like see something different. You can now pull quick servants off your friends list and they will be able to function properly, like being able to use double Scotty on units that aren't your own. That is by itself changes like what servants you put on your friends list, because normally it's just like, oh, whatever servants I have that are like the best, if people want to use them they can, but people aren't really going to use them because it's like the servants that aren't casters on your friends list or assassins or supports, they're there to help newer players like clear through the story. Say they need a really strong, I don't know, they need a strong extra class servant. They're up against Herc and Fuyuki. They just started the game, but they can't kill Herc because Herc's like really strong. So they're gonna pull off Foreigner. Like if they even know that foreigners have type advantage. They probably don't know that at that point. Maybe if they like inspected this, maybe. But that's pretty much what the friends list was for. It was for when you're in that stage of the game, and the other thing is like for farming bond points, finding not C's, QP, friend points, whatever. You would be running these CEs. And you'd be pulling a support caster because you wouldn't have to worry about anything else. Is that efficient? Yes. Is it fun? Not really. You're using the same stuff that you've been using. Now you can pull. So I have a Doman, so I technically could pull another Scotty, but he's not leveled. This one is very much leveled. To the point that this really is overkill. But Doman is kind of the only quick AoE that I actually saw on my friends list, so we're actually gonna get started. Castoria is pretty much here just to show proof of concept. And everyone just got a new plug suit. No one should have this plug suit maxed out by now. It should be like pretty much, it's not happening. Alright, so this is Doman. He has a battery, so he doesn't even need the setup to begin with. He would be fine just me playing with Ruler Scotty, but for the sake of it, like most times, if you're gonna be doing this strategy, you're gonna be pulling some quick AoE servant that has a 50% battery. If you want to use plug suit, you can. You don't have to with quick servants that have the 50% batteries with this new Scotty. It would just help a lot. So this just ensure loop, then just plug suit out. All right. He's Scotty. Is she the best for Doman? Not really. That's kind of the limiting restriction with this new setup is that servants that aren't focused on buster crits or that have double quick double art stacks, they're not gonna see that much benefit from Scotty besides her increasing the quick efficiency. So some servants that weren't able to loop before, now they're able to loop. I think there's like 6 new servants that are able to Black Braille farm as quick servants. Which if you know about like farming and stuff, that's nuts. Like that's actually crazy. All right, so loop wasn't complete, but this isn't a looping CE. It's whatever. But yeah, like that was pretty much done. I don't like. I have 2 50% batteries now, and that's only with this specific setup. I easily could have made it that don't like. Well, okay, not Doman specifically. Maybe not Doman specifically because he's not hitting. He's not hitting the full 50% that I would need. But part of that is, oh no, I did pop his attack buffs. But yeah, maybe another Scotty Ruler would have helped here, but I don't need to be super optimal. We're not in lottos, and you do need to level this Mystic Code up. So why would not like take advantage of that? Like a lot of people with like set accounts, they don't need to get new servants. If they didn't care about like bond farming, or maybe just like, oh, I want to see some new animations, like they could literally just use the same servants they've been using and never use anyone new. You know, this setup is fun. It's cool. You get to see like servants now at their quick servants specifically at their maximum potential. Like maybe not full on maximum potential. With double ruler Scotty, you wouldn't be able to pull off your friends list. But I mean, double ruler Scotty isn't like for some servants the 15% quick and maybe even the 20% attack isn't gonna do much, because either A, they already have so much attack in their kit that it's not gonna make a difference, or they have so much quick in their kit that it doesn't make a difference. Like Kama does not need the extra quick efficiency, but she does appreciate the double, like the buster buffs. It makes her buster cards hit really hard now. So a lot of some of the stuff I'm like encouraging Woozation as like a legitimate support for Shisho. I fully believe Woozation is like a legitimate team is Ruler Scotty, Shisho, OG Scotty, Woozation. Woozation pops her NP, gets the enemies with the undead trait. Like, and honestly, like Woo could even be on the team, like on the staying on the field. Like you pop the Scotty and then you switch to Woozation, and if she's able to MP like turn one, like give her a K-scope, because like you really do want her to pop her MP. You can pop all of Shisho's buffs in one turn and completely nuke any divine servant, and you just need 3 of those servants. That's not doubling up on anything. If you have all those servants, hey, now you have another Scotty for when one of the Scotties goes down. And it could be another Ruler Scotty, or it could be an OG Scotty. Whichever, like, it adds more forgiveness for more servants. Like, if you have 2 Scotties. I know this is like whale things, like, oh, you're only saying this because you have 2 Scotties. This is only possible because you have 2 Scotties. Well, yes. Now there are 2 different Scotties in the gacha pool that they can bring back like every once in a while. We're not just waiting on one servant for maybe 2 years. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna have like 1 year, like this Scotty goes on rate up. Next year, maybe the other one doesn't go on rate up. We have this one going on rate up. Or maybe like you have times when both the servants are going up on rate up, like within 1 month, maybe 6 months of each other. There are now more options. Like this Scotty is guaranteed going to be on rate up next year for JP, 2 years for NA. Like Scotty can come anywhere in between then. After then, this Scotty is definitely getting her own rate ups. They're not going to leave this unit in the dust. They're not going to leave Lady Avalon in the dust. They're going to be getting rate ups probably throughout the year, just like other summer servants have been getting more rate ups throughout the year. Like Tamamo Lancer, like she got a rate up and she got a buff this year, and this is like the first year they're like actively buffing summer servants like repeatedly. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a CE thing. Is it gonna be the most efficient? No. Like yes, you are gonna have to give up Chaldea tea time to be able to do stuff like this. Yes, that is a factor. That is going to play a big difference. That plays a big difference for me when I'm leveling my servants. It's like art servants are going to go first because I can like farm a whole bunch of them all at once. Like Galdea T times 15% bond, that's hard to give up. But it's always an option. If it doesn't have to be up, it doesn't have to be the most effective choice all the time. If I want to use a different servant, but I don't want to use my own servants, 15 bond, which is like maybe 100 bond points, maybe less, is that gonna play that big of an issue? If I'm doing it manually, no, you wouldn't be autoing this kind of thing to begin with. This is for your own personal enjoyment. It's not for, you're not farming, you're not doing a lotto. Like if you're doing this kind of thing during a lotto, you are ballsy as shit. Like you're gonna have to set it so like certain servants do that, but I'm not talking about autoing. Yeah, like in lottos, this is an option now. Like Gilfest, you weren't allowed to double up on servants. Now you have 2 Scotties. Quick servants function properly. Art servants always had Tamamo, and then they got Castoria. Buster servants had Merlin. Now they have Vitch, and they have Oberon, and they have Vitch Darkness. Quick servants had Wu Zacian, maybe Atalanta, and then Scotty came out, and she was the only quick support. That's the thing. Scotty's been the only quick support for years. Is she fully power crept? I don't think so. She is definitely stronger for looping, and she's stronger for 90 plus nodes, but she is not stronger for refund. She is not stronger than double Scotty buffing a quick servant's quick card so much that that quick card is hitting harder than an MP and genning all their MP back. That is where this Scotty is going to fall short for refund of quick servants that do not have double buster decks. Double, like Ushiwakumaru Assassin, triple quick. She only gets 1 buster card and then that's it. Is she going to benefit from Ruler Scotty? Maybe the attack and the quick, but that's about it. You wouldn't use 2 Ruler Scotties. You'd probably use an OG Scotty, because then the quick cards are going to bite. I definitely see... okay, let's bring up OG Scotty. I can definitely see this skill getting buffed to give MP gain. And then you have a whole, like, because let's be honest, Ruler Scotty's battery being like 1 turn longer and giving like such a massive, such a massive advantage for when you pop it. It's like star weight and star bomb, like, and all that just for 1 extra turn of cooldown. That is another skill. Like, again, like, this part is a skill by itself. This is 1 skill servants have. Wait, do I actually have... Yes! Yes! Like, this is Atalanta... Yes, this is Atalanta Alter's original first skill. They slapped it on Scotty's battery, and boom. Like, this is, it's another skill on the battery. So is it that much to ask that put MP gain on OG Scotty's battery? No. I was hoping this, like, the MP gain on the battery was going to be the buff instead of like this. Like, this is whatever. But MP gain is what OG Scotty needs. Alright, enough ranting about this. I do need to record for Wu Zacian. Then I gotta go live again, because I just did some interludes, then worked out, and then I'm recording this. So hope you enjoy me rambling about this. I really do think, like, this, along with quick changes in general, like the quick lead, mighty chains, mighty brave chains, Ruler Scotty, all that put together, I think quick is in a much better spot. But, big but here, OG Scotty needs to get buffed to have a reason to use her. Because it shouldn't be that Ruler Scotty is so much better than OG Scotty that there's no point in using OG Scotty. Because there is a point. It's just you're supposed to be mixing the buffs, but for looping, the new Scotty is definitely better. There's no question. Defense down, cool, but it doesn't help with refund besides hitting overkill, and more attack along with a quick buff that multiply into each other. While it's not nearly as effective, it's not nearly as multiplicative as defense down, it is still multiplicatively better than what OG Scotty has. So please, 20%, 30% MP gain. That's all this needs to and then you're not touching Scotties for a while. Because literally targetable 30% MP gain. That's it. And I wish I could be doing calcs for that, but that is way too many servants to be doing calcs for. So I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.